Hi, Mattel and other Barbie Basics Kits lovers or likers. Okay, well, this is what I want to discuss. I want to talk about what I see for the next potential Barbie Basics Kit and what I'm hoping Mattel will see and change and do for their consumers who do like the kit. Okay, so 5 dolls originally came out, but only 3 kits. That means that 2 skin tones were not represented with the kits. The curvy one, this is the curvy body, you can see she's a tad shade lighter. And then the white one, you can see she's a shade lighter also. So that means the next kit is most likely to have this tone and this tone represented. I know it's not very much of a difference, but these are the 2 tones most likely to be represented in the next kit. So that leaves the black dolls with 2 potential shades, either the Nubian black or 1 shade down, the chocolate brown. They're over here for representation here. This is the doll that obviously they decided on. And the other 2 possible shades might be from the Barbie Looks, this chocolate brown, or this Nubian black doll. Now, I'm just going to put this out there as a Barbie black representative. We represent a small portion of the population of the United States, about 13%. Of that, probably half of that is females, which is 7% of the population. And of that, how many of us collect dolls? Who knows the exact percentage? Which is why these black dolls probably don't sell as well. Okay, no, that's why they don't sell as well, because there are just not as many black people. I'm not saying other nationalities aren't buying black dolls, but usually you buy a doll that kind of looks like you. And so there's just not that many of us. So since you know there's not that many of us, why not go ahead and go all out? That's what I'm saying. You know you're selling to the black population of the United States. So let's just go with a Nubian doll. I think I love this color doll. She's so rare. I have to buy Integrity bodies sometimes to get my dolls to be articulated for Barbie. So having a Nubian kit for me would be awesome. But it also could make sense to Mattel to use this skin tone, because they do the skin tone a lot. And they already used it for Barbie Looks. So they could go ahead and use this skin tone. And since we are being selective about, doing a doll specific to black doll collectors, let's go ahead and do wigs that are dreads, micro braids like this one, wavy. This curly texture is also very nice that you had for the Barbie Basics Kit, but as a wig, I think that would be really nice. You just change the color, obviously. This is a nice color, but you don't want to redo the same thing you've already done. For the braids, if you really want to do color, there you have a black doll with pink braids. That's very pretty. But you also have this one. Oh, I like her hair color too. Obviously, you can't do that light brown color because Integrity already has a wig that is that light brown color. So I do not think you should duplicate that. All right. So that was my ideas that I have for the black dolls. All right. For the white doll, this one. I like Integrity's bob. It actually looked really good on a lot of the dolls, but obviously can't use Integrity's wig color. So if you could do a short style like this for either the Hispanics or sorry, yeah, that's what they are, the brown tone or the whiter tone, but as brown or black or blonde, I think that would be really nice. Also, I really like this long braid that Barbie has. I think it would be great on either the brown tone or the whiter doll too. I think that this would be nice. And also, I think that the red hair could be a great wig option too. I would like to see texture and a little curl. I know that this as a wig is going to be really hard to maintain anytime that there's a curl, but I still really enjoy it. So those are my hairstyle suggestions. I'm not going to come up with every single hairstyle wig choices for you guys. You guys could come up with the rest. I'm sure you can just do a bunch of straight options and different colors. The last thing that I really wanted to discuss, actually I have two things I really wanted to discuss. One of them is the jewelry. All right, the jewelry was a big point of contention because for $100 you have 3 dolls and you only have jewelry for 1. Okay, that's annoying. I would like for you guys to provide 3 sets of jewelry. This is not that difficult to do, and I don't think it's that expensive. If you're thinking about design, if you put out 3 boxes, you have 3 designs. You put them out in 3 different color shades: copper, silver, and gold. So all you have to do is 3 times this by 3 times each set by 3, make each one have 3 silver from the 3 different sets, 3 gold from the 3 different sets. They're all the same jewelry. They're just different metallic colors. And 3 gold. And I think that would have been just the best option. Now, you're thinking, okay, well, now you just increase the price of the box a little because we're cheap and we want to make a profit. Great. Of course, let me just say that when you increase the amount of these that you make, the cost per pack actually drops down because you are ordering more, and so that you would obviously bargain for a lower price. But to save money in these kits, we are doll collectors, and I haven't listened to one doll collector yet who has liked your doll stands, okay? We don't really like your doll stands. I'm sorry. I have disliked them since the moment I started collecting, which was in the 80s. And well, actually, my parents were buying it for me, but I never used the doll stands because when you're a kid, you don't want the doll stands. And when you're an adult, you don't want that doll stand. So don't include the doll stands. I know you like gotchas, and I think you should use that last section to be a gotcha. And I know I hate gotchas, but you know what? Who cares? And in the gotcha, you just have 1 item. Yeah, I know I was just talking about the jewelry, 1 item for each, but this is an item that is an accessory that each doll doesn't necessarily need. And that would be a hat. Okay. I was thinking like you could put 1 cowboy hat or 1 what do they call these? The sun hat and a baseball cap. I was supposed to bring a baseball cap out here for representation, and I didn't dig around enough. And also in that gotcha, you could have 1 purse. Okay, these could be black, like a black gray, a black hat, because you do not have a black cowboy hat, and I think that would be cool. You could have 3 black purses. You can even make this black purse into any shape and just add this chain feature. I've seen this on a number of cheap AliExpress kits that I get, and they come with this cute chain. Love it. You can make this purse anything, attach this chain, and I would be happy. There's a black purse. I have no idea if this is Barbie or not. I'm pretty sure this one is Barbie, and I think this would look good with like a black and white checker. So I think if you did a gotcha in each kit, there was like one set of each of these, I think that would be so cute. And a good idea. I'm not saying everybody's going to collect every single kit, but a lot of people will go ahead and sell the item online, and you know, we could exchange them that way. If there's a particular one they don't want, and maybe even a black cell phone, you know. So like this, but in each kit only gets one. Okay. You get either the cowboy hat, the sun hat, the cap that's not here in representation, and one of these purses, and a cell phone. And I think that that would be a lovely exchange instead of this doll stand. So that's what I'm hoping to see in the next Barbie Basics kit. I hope you seriously take my ideas into consideration. I'm just one person. I don't know if this video will even get to you, but it would be great if it did. Thank you.
Thanks for playing dolls with me.